Next, let's talk about how to size and adjust the Lucky Sheep backpack for your body. This backpack is extremely customizable and versatile. It has many straps and adjustments which you can customize it to your own needs. And it is composed of there's no frame to it. It's completely just frameless backpack. So this is how you take it off. So the fact that it doesn't have its own frame means that you need to really pay attention even more to how you pack it, because you need to create some rigidity to it so that it will be a framed pack, but it doesn't have its own frame. You create the frame by the things that you put in it and the way that you pack it. So I will show how that works, and I will first need to unpack the pack in order to show it. And so you can see, and there's also, I found, for me, what works for my style of camping and backpacking is this way of packing it. My rain gear, my rain equipment is on the top. My felted wool hat and my wax canvas Lucky Sheep rain jacket are on top, so they're easy access for when the weather changes as I'm hiking. And then the next things in line are my stove and my pot, my cooking gear. And then the next thing in line is my food gear, which on this trip it happens to be in a bear canister, but it could easily be in a stuff sack as well. And the next thing in line is my clothes in a silk nylon stuff sack. All of my organic wool clothes. And then the next thing in line is the Lucky Sheep wool sleeping bag. Here, it's also in a silk nylon stuff sack. And that's it. That's it, all except for what's on the outside pockets here. And the frame. So this closed cell foam sleeping pad creates the frame for the backpack, and that is what makes it really sing, because other than that it's just simply a canvas bag. And then on the outside we have my tent, and then we have my first aid kit, and then a hatchet, and then water bottles on the side pockets, and then the tent stakes, and a bar of beeswax. Okay, so that's everything. Now we have just an empty backpack. So look at that. Look, you know how light that is? That is unbelievably light. It's only 1.5 pounds of weight, and it's also coated with beeswax, so it doesn't absorb moisture very much. So it's also, yeah, and when you walk, when you hike, it doesn't make noise. It doesn't go swish, 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 crinkle, 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 because it's canvas, it's sound. It's a good thing for slithering through the forest without making sound, a lot of noise. Okay, and then another thing about this backpack, it has another purpose, that you could actually put your feet into it like this, and you could pull it over your legs, and like you could be in your sleeping bag and then pull this over your legs while you're in the sleeping bag, and then to create an extra layer of protection, warmth and windproof. And so the fact that it's breathable allows you to do that without having condensation happen from your own body moisture that comes out of your body. It's called insensible perspiration. We're always releasing moisture from our body, and so that's why we like these breathable materials, natural, organic, non-toxic materials. Okay, so now we have the backpack completely empty. Let's pack it and see how everything goes in. Okay, so first is the foam pad to create the internal frame system. So we go like this, just spread it out. Okay, there, now you have your circumference of the backpack. An alternative is if you have you can also put the foam pad just right against your back instead of all the way around by folding it. But I like this way, it seems to work the best for me. Okay, so we got the rigid frame system going. Then we start packing it. Now, we start with the Lucky Sheep wool sleeping bag goes in the bottom. The Rewilder 20 is what I use for most of my trips. And what you're seeing me pack in here, this could be the same gear I use either for like a through hike of a Pacific Crest Trail or something, or it could be like a little backpacking trip, like an overnight or a 5-day or a 10-day backpacking trip. And I mean, I have enough food here for about 5 days, and besides that, I would bring the same gear for a longer trip. Okay, so the next thing is the clothes. Okay, the next thing is the food. You get used to this minimalist type backpack, and it works really well because it's really simple and easy to pack and unpack. Okay, and then we have our well, let's do the cooking gear. We got the stove and the pot. And then we've got our waxed canvas rain jacket and the wool felt hat, which is great for sun protection and a rain barrier. Okay, so then this is how it closes. It closes by, first there's a strap at the top that brings the two sides together like that. You can tighten it up, and then after that there's a flap here, and then there's a little strap, that comes over the top, holds the flap down. So there, now we got the whole thing closed up. And okay, the next thing is, let's do the pockets. The water bottles on the side. And look how long it took me to pack this entire pack. Not very long at all. My tent, a two-person tent here. It's really a tarp and stakes and trowel here, and first aid kit here. Barely fits in, doesn't it? You can see I've got this packed to the hilt, don't I? Which is pretty much the best way to pack it. Everything is very efficient, very, very perfect for backpacking. Okay, so there. We'll tighten up the drawstring for the pocket to keep all that stuff in good. Okay, now we're all done. The whole thing is packed. Nope, no it's not. I forgot the hatchet. Okay, so I'll slip it in here. I usually put it in this pocket right here, but it's so packed that I've got to... Okay, here's the cinch cord. Loosen that up. So, I gotta get some stuff out so I can slip this down in there the way it fits really well, and then put this stuff back in there. Okay. Okay, now these tent stakes seem to want to go over here in the side pocket. Okay, so we got it. We cinch up the drawstrings. That one doesn't need it. And then, okay, so then we got another adjustment right here. So make the pack as tight as it can be. Just tighten up this cinch cord on the back. And you can also, this is another Another use of this is if you needed to put some extra gear on the outside of your pack. Let's say your tent was drying out, it was all soaking wet, and you wanted to dry it out a little bit. You could have it right here, or something like that, your jacket or something like that. That comes in real handy. Okay, so now we got it all packed. Okay, this is about 35 pounds total. So that's like gear and food and water. Food for like about 5 or 6 days. So there's the pack, fully packed. Okay, now let's talk about how to put it on. Okay, so the next step is putting it on, which is different because you don't just slide it onto your shoulders like the standard modern backpack. Okay, this is how you do it. This is the advanced technique. There's 2 or 3 ways to do it. I'll show you the advanced technique, which it doesn't take very long to be able to do it this way. But you hoist it up onto your pack, grab one of these in each hand, hoist it onto your back, and then you just lean over and snap the buckles together, and you know, of course, you loosen the straps. So when you put it on, so you loosen the shoulder straps so that you can put it on, and then after you put it, you clip them, then you tighten it. You tighten it quite a bit. You want it, because you want your pack to ride up here and not sag down below your butt. So you want to tighten it a lot. Make sure that your shoulder strap is not twisted. Let's see. Is it? It is twisted. So I gotta turn this around. Okay, so see that shoulder strap like that. Okay, so I've got it tightened up. I got it put on, tightened up, cinched up the shoulder strap cords, and then after that comes the belt. And I got the whole pack put on. Now, also, see, notice where it rides. It's like right above my butt a little bit, and these hip straps are like right at the hip bone there. The middle part of it kind of falls right at the top of the hip bone. That's where it should ideally fall. There's 3 sizes of backpacks: small, medium, large, and you need to get the one that fits your body. And so there we go. And there's also another feature here is there's a lift cords. This here is a lift strap. So this lifts the shoulder strap up above your shoulder so that the backpack doesn't sag down. And that is very, very helpful. It makes the pack very efficient, ergonomic, because it pulls the pack toward your body, so the pack doesn't like lean back away from your body, and that brings it closer to the center of gravity, which really, really improves the efficiency of the pack. Which means efficiency means that you can walk with more, expending less calories. So meaning you can walk further by spending less calories. That's efficiency. So if the pack was wobbling around, there are several ways that a pack could create drag and resistance on you. And one is if it's knocking then back and forth. You want it to be real tight. See, look how tight it is. You can crawl around with this, and it won't like come off your shoulders and stuff. And you want your pack to be real tight and not be moving, and you want it to be close to your center of gravity, so bring it up towards you. And those are some of the things that create efficiency in your pack. Okay, that is the Lucky Sheep organic canvas 65-liter backpack. Stay wild.